You need to be who you are. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Mind your business, focus on yourself, focus on the grind, focus on leveling up, focus on being the best that you can possibly be. Don't worry about what other people are doing, right? You shouldn't be worried about what I'm doing. You shouldn't be worried about what the next person is doing. The only thing you should be worried about is how you're going to level up. And the reason why a lot of people aren't where they want to be is because they're worried about someone else. Real talk. The reason why a lot of people are miserable is because they're worried about what somebody else is doing. You're worried about what somebody else is doing instead of focus on yourself, right? That's the reason why certain people don't have their own apartment. That's why certain people don't have a car or money or the things that they want. The reason why they don't have the things that they want because they're worried about what other people got, and worrying about what they got is holding you back spiritually. You got to think of it on a spiritual level, right? You're worrying about what I'm doing, right? And worrying about what I'm doing is taken away from the good karma for what you need to be doing. You need to be focusing on yourself. You worried about the car that I got, right? Don't worry about the car that I got. My car is getting me from point A to point B. Worry about yourself. Worry about stacking up your money so you can get a form of transportation. Don't let people belittle you either for the things that you got, right? Don't let them belittle you. A car is a car. An apartment is an apartment. A job is a job. As long as you moving right and you stacking your paper and you focus on yourself and you're leveling up, it doesn't matter how you're doing it as long as you're doing it. But when you're doing it, you should be focused on yourself. You should be so focused on yourself that you don't even notice other people got something, right? Let's say I get something new. You shouldn't even be it shouldn't even fade. You shouldn't even realize it. You shouldn't even notice, right? And if you do notice, it should just be a quick congratulations and move on, right? You shouldn't be hating on people for what they got or what they're doing. Hating on people is what's making a lot of people miserable. A lot of people are miserable because they're so worried about what other people are doing instead of focus on themselves, right? They're so focused on what this person is doing instead of focusing on what they should be doing, and that's taking away from what they should be doing, right? You shouldn't be worried about if someone got something new. When someone gets something new or somebody does something good, I'm proud of them. I'm not a hater, right? I'm happy it happened for you. I'm proud that it happened for you. I'm glad that you worked hard for it, but I'm just not worried about it, right? I'm not worried about what you got. Congratulations, you know what I'm saying? But I'm on to the next. I'm thinking about Daryl, right? That's who I'm thinking about. I'm not worried about Rashawn. I'm not worried about Mike. I'm worried about me, because I'm the only person that can change my life. And worrying about what you got isn't going to further my success, right? You understand what I'm saying? It's not going to push me any farther. It's not going to do that. And I understood that from a very young age, right? I'm 31 years old, and I understood from a very young age that worrying about what other people got isn't going to get me anywhere. Worrying about what other people got is going to make me miserable. Because when I was 12, 13, 14, 15 years old, I saw people who were worrying about what other people got, and they were the most miserable people. They were the people who were the most emotional, who were the most upset, who were the most resentful. The people that were worrying about, oh, yeah, he got that car, but I heard his light bill was behind, right? Or he got all these Jordans, but he don't got a car. I don't worry about that, right? I don't worry about another man, right? I don't care how many shoes you got. If that's what makes you happy, that's what makes you happy, right? But because that's only going to take away from what I got. I'm just going to worry about what I got, right? I'm going to worry about my shoe collection. I'm going to worry about my car, right? And a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people don't like when you mind your business. They don't like when you stack your money, mind your business, level up, and move on with life. They actually want that reaction from you, right? I've said it before and I'll say it again. Positivity attracts positivity and negativity attracts negativity. And they're worrying about what you got. They're worrying about your reaction. They want you to react to what they're saying. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, that misery loves company also. So when you got something good, they don't want you to feel good. They don't want that from you. They want you to feel miserable like they're feeling, right? They just lost their car. They just lost their job. They just lost their house. They just lost their relationship. Something just happened to them, and they want you to feel bad with them, right? I hate those type of people. I hate the type of people who want you to feel bad with them, because I think the best mindset to have is try to uplift someone when you're feeling bad. Let's say I'm feeling bad. What I would do, instead of trying to tear someone down with me and bring them down to the level that I'm at, I'm upset, instead of doing that, uplift them. Try to make someone smile while you're feeling bad. Maybe you'll feel better. But a lot of people don't think like that, and it's sad. Jay-Z said something once in a song. He said, "What you eat don't make me shit," right? And it was beautifully said, because what you eat, it doesn't affect me, right? What you eat ain't got nothing to do with me. What you're doing don't got nothing to do with me at the end of the day. So don't worry about what other people are doing, right? And the people around you should respect you enough to respect you, basically. Like, if you have someone in your life and they come up to you and they say, "Oh, this person said this about you," one, you really shouldn't care what anyone says about you. Number one, right? Because you shouldn't be worried about what nobody's doing. If they said that, they're totally entitled to their opinions. But if someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, this person said this about you, rah, 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 this, that, and the third," what you should be thinking is, you should be telling them, like, "Okay, they said this. That's not true. That's not true. That's a lie. They lied. This is how it really is." And if they question you and be like, "But they said it," listen, forget about what they're saying. I'm saying this. And if the person that you're talking to doesn't understand that, forget what they're saying, I'm saying this, then that person isn't really your friend. That person really isn't in your circle. That person is a snake. Because if someone comes up to me and says, "This person said this about you," and I said, "That's not true," and they question me and go, "Well, they said this happened, so it must be true." Listen, forget about what they said. I'm saying this. And if they don't respect that, what you're saying, then that person shouldn't be in your circle. That person shouldn't be in your life. You should strive to be a real person. Like, because if you're not real, it's hard to have that type of attitude of, forget about what they're saying, I'm saying this, if you're not real. Because if you're running around and you're always being fake, if you're always lying, if you're always just doing snake stuff, then when you say, "Forget about what they're saying, I'm saying this," people aren't going to take you seriously. But if you know that you're real, if you know that you tell the truth, if you know that you're solid, and someone comes up to you and says, "This person says that about you," and you say, "Forget about what they're saying, I'm saying this," and they question you, then that person shouldn't be in your life. You shouldn't be worried about what people are saying, right, in the first place. But forget about what they're saying. I'm saying this. I told you this. So who are you going to believe? Who are you going to believe, right? At the end of the day, who are you going to believe, them or me? I'm your friend, right? I'm your boyfriend. I'm your son. I'm your brother, right? I'm your cousin. Who are you going to believe? Them or me? And that's the type of mindset you should have.